Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Kayla, Crafty Pen Pal Mama. If you're new here, welcome. I hope you stick around, and welcome back to my subscribers. So this video is some project shares for some items I received from Panalisa in a design team haul. So I want to share with you guys what I created. And I'm going to start with the dies first. Yeah, let's start with the dies first. So the first thing is this skeleton die. So you have the body pieces, the bones, and then you have the background piece, and then a little hat with its little belt and buckle to layer on. Now this die is intended to be, let me show you how it's supposed to be put together. So this is how you cut that die out. So you use that background piece to cut your bottom layer, and then you use the bone pieces and layer it up like this. And then here's a little hat. I have not attached that yet. I thought that could be cute as an embellishment by itself, maybe even in different colors. And I hope this video does not look funny. My tablet died that I normally record videos on, so now I'm back to using a cell phone to record my videos for the time being until I can get something else figured out. So anyway, so I layered it up how the die is meant to be put together. And then, of course, I had an idea if it could be cut, and that's tape. I'm just holding those pieces together because of the last time that I cut it. So I wondered if I could cut it together with the bones inside and the background piece and turn it into a shaker. Now, I don't think it's meant to be a shaker, but I like the challenge. I like to see what I can challenge myself with. So I did it, and it actually turned out pretty adorable. So this is my little shaker. If you can see all the little bone parts in there. So I cut out the main piece in this same holographic paper for my background. I also cut it out in acetate for my layering piece. And then for the body, I cut it out with the pieces together. And then again for my top layering piece. And I just used some really fine beads. So I used some of the, a few of these from Panda Haul. Little tiny micro beads. And I also used the little beads, they're called, what are they called? They're not even really beads. They're so tiny they don't have holes in them. So they're like, what is that word? Like caviar beads, that's it. And then I had some really fine little containers of glitter that my friend Susan sent me. So I used some of that in black and pink. And I sprinkled that in here before putting my top piece on. And yeah, so I turned it into a shaker. Let's see. I'm trying to get it to where you can see. And there's a better picture of this on my Instagram if you want to check it out. It is also Crafty Pen Pal Mama. So there is that die. And then the next one was this little, looks like a milk bottle. To me, it looks like a milk bottle. And you have this piece to make it a shaker, your lid layering pieces, and then a little smiley face piece there. And, oh, in case anyone was wondering, I ran out of the sleeves I used to store my dies in, and I had a bunch of these little adhesive pockets from Target for, like, school, like teacher organizing stuff. And I just cut off the little sticker that was on the packaging for the die and adhered it down to the pocket. And because it's, like, plastic, it'll peel right back up later if I need to change it for any reason. And I just tuck my dies in there. So, let me show you that one. So this is what I came up with. I had pink papers out, so I wanted to make it a pink one. Let's see. And then I did my sequins. Again, different mix of sequins and glitters and seed beads. And I thought, okay, I'll make it a strawberry milk. So that's what I did. And it was a little plain just by itself. So I just tied on some black and white twine and a cute little charm to give it a little extra. Oh, sorry. I'm used to my my tablet being further up and me having to go up like that. So I gotta get the hang of this again. So yeah, this is my little strawberry milk shaker embellishment. I think it turned out super cute. And then, and when I did this haul, I chose 2 of the dies, and they chose the other ones. So this is one that I chose. It is, it's like a word with a shadow background, but it's more like a quote, and it says, every day might not be a good day, or every day might not be good, but there is something good in every day. And I love little positive quotes like that. I wasn't sure how I was going to use this, but I ended up turning into a card. So let me show you that. So here is what I created. I used some, I think it's by Cricut, holographic paper for my background. And then cut out the quote in white. And I wanted to mention a little trick for that. With this, since this is not just one word or two, it seemed, I thought it was going to be a little difficult to get it lined up right. So I cut my background piece out. Yeah, I cut this out first. And then I laid it in the direction it needed to go in. Actually, it was this way, yeah. So then when I cut my words out, instead of pulling them out, I left them in there. And then with my green background piece, I went in with some super skinny double-sided tape and, of course, some Barely Arts glue. Onto my tiny little parts, made sure it all had adhesive everywhere. And then I turned it over and I centered it right into my background piece, like that. And then I went in with like my pokey tool. I had it straight and it taped down, of course, and I used my pokey tool and I poked into the little holes to make sure it was grabbing the paper and sticking down, and then I could pick my die up. It was all stuck down, and then I could, give it some more pressure to make sure it was adhered properly. So, yeah, because when I first got this die, I just loved it and didn't really think about how it would go together. And, of course, when it was in my hands, I then figured out how it would need to be put together. So, anyway, I used it as the main card, piece on this card. And I cut out some little bows, and I put some tiny little yellow pearls on there. And then I had snipped, this was a longer die, so I snipped it to fit. And I also added one inside, and then a message can go here. And then I created a matching envelope, of course. So this green cardstock was what I had that matched closest to this holographic green. And I created my envelope with my punch board, did a lace bit for decoration, and I think I'm going to cut out this bow again in white and add a white one here. And that would be super cute to have the little bows matching. So yeah, there's that card. And I'm going to set that to the side since it's holographic so it doesn't blind you. Okay, and then next, the other die I chose was this die. It is a large, puzzle. It's like puzzle pieces. And it is, I think I mentioned it on my, if you can see here, it does, those lines don't go all the way to the edge. So the measurement, you take a smidge off for the actual measurement. So from side to side, it is 4 3/8 by 5 and, almost 5 7/8. So yeah, I used this die and I created a different card, another card, and this is how it came out. So I knew I wanted the puzzle pieces to be a background. I'm also going to cut a picture, like an actual photo, and have it, you know, be put together. So for this one, I used some ombre paper to make my background. Love how this turned out. I had a stamp set I recently hauled on clearance at one of the stores. So I stamped it, watercolored it, and then it didn't have the coordinating die, so I actually just placed my stamp back down and held it in place, traced around it with the pencil because it has the border outline, and that gave me my line to cut, so it looks like a piece of ephemera. And then I added this little teal airplane here to match the teal up there, and then layered it with gold. I did a little die cut with gold polka dot tool, and then a little glitter dots to match. So yeah, that is the card. I have not done anything to the inside yet, but I'm super happy with how it came out. I want to send it, but I also want to keep it and hoard it. Yeah, so anyway, there is that card. And they also sent me some paper pads with matching ephemera. And I didn't use all of the paper pads, but I did use one. So this is the one I ended up using. It's called Modesty. And you can see here, it's like a sewing theme. So there's like a sewing machine, a spool and thread. There's an older sewing machine. And then like scissors, buttons, pins, a tape measure wrapped around a little, like a wooden bobbin. And then it has the matching, I called it ephemera, but it's actually stickers. Yeah. Printed sticker pieces. So I did turn it into ephemera to make it more sturdy by just peeling the back off, adhering it onto a piece of cardstock, and then fussy cutting it out along the edges. That is so pretty. You can see all those beautiful pieces in there, and then the tickets. There's some there that you could write on, and then all the floral pieces. It's just beautiful. A beautiful little collection. And because it was sewing theme, I wanted to stick with that, so I used this die that I have. It is a sewing machine memory dex die. I can't remember where I hauled it from, but you get your layering pieces, and it's a memory dex, so I used that. And this is how it turned out. I love it. I love it. So, I cut out the base piece, actually a couple of times, and the main one is this craft cardstock. I also cut it out in a 110-pound cardstock, and then again with my printed paper from this collection, the pink that you see in the background. There's a piece of it, actually, that pink. And then I used another piece from this collection with the like advertisement, the vintage advertisement, as my main sewing machine piece. And then it had a little bobbin at the top. So I did go in with some, just some regular gold thread I had. And I wrapped it on the little bobbin and then adhered that on there. And then down here you can see that was one of the stickers. And then there's a ticket and another longer like journaling type ticket. So I adhered those down, layered them up, and yeah. I actually, when I put those down, I actually cut it in half, since it was going to be, you know, layered and you wouldn't see all of it anyway. So I used one half to stick out here and the other half over here. I used a light piece of burlap, a couple of little burlap flowers. I wanted to keep it in theme, so I adhered on a few buttons, put a few pins in there, and this piece I loved. It had a bigger outline, the white outline of the stickers. As you can see here, like the florals have a bigger white outline. So I did trim that down, It just, with the beige and the vintage, the white was a little too much. So I just trimmed that down, following the line they had around it. So yeah, there's a little button there tucked in, a button there. And I used those same papers to make the little knob for the sewing machine. And then I used a green eyelet here to pull in from the leaves. That was the best color, like, to match this that I had. And then I just added a little pink and gold charm to give it a little extra something. I actually started to put it here on the handle, but I felt like everything was on one side. So I wanted to kind of even it out, and I decided to put it over here. So yeah. Oh, and I put this little trim here. It was actually double-sided. I cut off one side, so it was only on the bottom. And it's like sheer ruffle, so it's not covering the Memorydex holes. It can still be put in a Memorydex holder. So yeah, I'm pretty proud of how that came out. I wasn't sure what I was going to do, and then while looking through these papers, that sewing theme reminded me of the die I had, and I had to do it. I had to try it and see what I could come up with. So yeah. And the pins are just stuck in there. I used foam tape for layering, so the pins are just kind of stuck into the foam there, and into other things glued down. So yeah. What do you guys think? Do you like it? Do you like my other projects? Or maybe tell me which one was your favorite. So yeah, let me know which one was your favorite. I had so much fun playing with these. Panalisa has such great dies. And I will have all of this, I will have the shop as well as the dies and paper pads linked in the description box. If you guys want to go grab a few things for yourself. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will catch you guys on the next one. Bye-bye.